payroll process. So in Workday payroll process, we have few steps in sequential order we have to deploy. But before that, we have few things to be review. One is the payroll basic framework setup has been configured correctly or not. All earnings and deductions has been correctly or not, and all the payment election rules has been correctly set up. All mappings between compensation and earnings has been correctly mapped. So we have to review all the details and then we have to run through the payroll process. Okay. So what is this Workday payroll process? In order to initiate the payroll from the simulation mode to the finalization of the payroll process for a pay frequency, we will call the entire end-to-end payroll process. And when you initiate the payroll process, which means you are calculating the employee gross and net, Workday will pick up the values or fetch the values from compensation, time, and also benefit modules, and then it will process. So Workday payroll process consists of few steps. The first one is run pay calculation. Run pay calculation. To make it simple, pay calculation. The second step is run pay accounting. This will be taken care by the financial people. Final step is run pay complete. These are the three steps we have to initiate while we working on the payroll process. But the most importantly, every time payroll process may not go smooth. Sometimes some hiccups. Some employees may run into errors. Some employees may got zero net amount, right? So how to troubleshoot, or if required, how to cancel the entire payroll process? So for that, let me.
So, in terms of
we are going to talk
what
in detail of each one. Yeah, it's just a high level. I'm explaining it this one.
okay.
Manage payroll process. Manage process has two steps, which include cancel, run pay. Oh, sorry. Cancel pay run. I always forget this task because once a while we will access this task. Run pay cancel. One is run pay cancel. Cancel pay run complete. So we'll talk about each and every step in detail. Apart from this, we do have one most important step, but this is going to be taken care by the Workday Finance. But we are going to, since I worked on this area, we're going to talk about this. Either you can call it a third-party remittance, or in Workday terminology, we can call it a settlement process. Okay, so today we'll focus more into this area. Okay, later we'll talk about settlement process. Okay. Run pay calculation. What is run pay calculation? So as you know, we have created pay groups, pay frequencies. Sorry, we have created period schedules and then run categories, pay accumulations, etc. Those values, do you remember, Melissa, in which object we have grouped the run category and our period schedule?
Pay group?
Excellent. Pay group we have grouped, correct? Why we have grouped in the pay group? Any guess?
Isn't it based on frequency mostly?
Excellent. Pay frequency and the country, and also the employees. Pay frequency based on the employees, right? So here, when you run the pay, when you initiate excuse me. When you initiate the run pay calculation, pay group is one of the input. We will enter two parameters here. One is pay group, whom you are processing. Another one is period schedule, for which frequency you are processing. Okay, let me show on the screen. So access the task, run pay calculation whenever you would like to initiate the payroll. So this is the run pay calculation tab. Okay, run pay calculation tab. Here, if you see, there are two parameters are mandatory. One is pay period, for which pay period you are going to run the payroll, either bi-weekly, weekly, semi-monthly. Okay, so that pay period we will select here. You can select the pay periods based on the pay frequency also. For example, I'm selecting USA semi-monthly professional corporate. I'm selecting semi-monthly. For this pay period, I'm going to run the payroll. When you select this pay period, automatically the pay group associated with the pay period will be automatically available here. Parent group or pay group. Automatically the pay group associated with this period schedule or these. Okay. So here you will select the pay group. Now for this employees, whosoever part of this pay group, for this employee whosoever part of this pay group, for this pay frequency, we are running the payroll.
Excuse me.
And when you're entering the value, either you can select the run group or you can select the pay group. What is pay run group?
I'm not sure I remember that.
No problem. During pay group will explain, but I'll create one and I'll tell you. Pay run group is nothing but grouping of multiple pay groups. For example, I
Oh, gotcha.
all my semi-monthly pay groups into one pay run group. Okay, semi-monthly admin professional, semi-monthly professional corporate, semi-monthly professional regional. But make sure when you create in the pay group, all the pay groups must be sharing the same pay frequency. Okay. So in one go, instead of running the payroll for each pay group, if I go with this option, I had to run the payroll for each pay group, each pay group. But if I go with this option, parent group, at one go, I'm going to run the payroll for all the three pay groups up to customer call. Okay. But let me select the pay group. Anything we can select or that corporate. Now, once you select the pay group, here you have few options. This is the one of the feature recently worked, recent in the sense it's 3 years almost. Workday has added this one. Okay. So what are all these options? Smart calculation means Workday defined calculation. For example, we have few options will affect the pay calculation. It can be we have added the payroll input for an employee, right? Or employee, for example, I'm running the payroll for this pay frequency. In this pay frequency, some compensation changes might be happened. Some employees maybe went on long leave. Some benefit plans newly added to an employee. Okay, it can be any. Some employees might be promoted. Some employees might be terminated. So when you select the smart calculation, Workday will take care of all the events. It's not looking particularly for only compensation changes. It's going looking for all the events when you select a smart calculation. And smart calculation based on events means in the particular pay frequency, I want to test, for example, in this pay period, I have done some compensation changes. I'm running the payroll for 100 employees and compensation changes has been applied for 10 employees. I want to test the new proposed compensation changes are coming into the payroll or not. So I will select the event here. It's a kind of a filter. Run the payroll only for the employee whosoever have impact on the compensation change. Okay. Or I want to run the payroll or test the pay results for the employees whosoever recently promoted to ensure the new compensation changes coming into the picture. I mean the payroll. I will select job change. Or I have loaded payroll inputs for 10 employees out of 100 employees. I want to test for those employees. I will select payroll input. No. It's a kind of simulation. For example, assume I'm a payroll consultant. Okay, you are a payroll consultant. I'm a compensation consultant. Okay. So in the year of 2019, first year, so we are giving some office allowance to an employee. A new plan has been added, office allowance. And I have loaded office allowance for all the employees. Now I told you, hey, payroll team, please go ahead and run your payroll and see whether new compensation plan is coming into the pay slip or not. That you have to run only for compensation. So you will put the filter, let bring only compensation changes. Or a new open enrollment has been initiated and closed. You want to test the new benefit deduction has been successfully processing or not. So you will select benefit changes. Any questions, ma'am, on this? Or any clarifications I can have?
Well, I'm just saying that on a regular basis. I could see using that for testing, but on a regular basis, a payroll manager.
As a regular basis, always we will go with smart calculation.
That's right. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But
Always.
for testing, the events are important.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Right.
So why Workday has given, again, as I said, this recently as I read, we don't have this control. For example, I'm testing for one worker. I had to run the payroll for all the group of people. Now Workday has given these further enhancements on that. Okay. Okay. Now, based on results, sometimes normally first time when you're running the payroll, it will be not yet started by default. It should be not yet started. Sometimes you run the payroll, again you're rerunning the payroll, it will be in progress. Okay. Sometimes you may run into the payroll, retro, run into the errors, retro, etc. You can select all status. And then requires recalculation for retro, pending completion retro, requires recalculations. Or if you're running into error, you can select error as well. These are just a status for which we are running the payroll. No big impact on this. Okay. Either it should be, for example, I ran the payroll for 100 employees. Out of 100 employees, 8 employees run into errors. 92 employees, the payroll has been successfully completed. Now I would like to analyze the why the 8 employees got the error. I will troubleshoot and I would like to rerun the payroll only for the 8 employees. I will select the status is error. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Or
So you would be rerunning it for the employees who erred previously.
Exactly. That's true. Okay. Or I have 100 employees in my pay group. Particularly, I'm going to rerun I would like to run the payroll only for few employees. Particularly, I would like to run the payroll only for few employees. Example. I go to this pay group. Just a second. I want to run the payroll only for this guy. Okay, so right click, copy text, run pay calculation, workers, which means I'm not running the payroll for all the group of the employees in the pay group. Example, in this pay group, I have 55 employees. I'm not running for 55 employees. I'm running only for one employee. This is really helpful for terminations, etc. to check for new hires. How I navigated here. So I'm running the payroll for this pay group. So I select related actions on the pay group, see into new tab. And this is the pay group. Here you can go to the pay group. Here you have members associated with this pay group. From here, I select the employees. Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Then, so let's run the payroll for all the smart calculation. Later we'll talk all. And this is also a new feature. I will explain, might be in our next session, what exactly it is. So I will explore and come back to you on this checkbox, accounting related. Now, for this pay group, already payroll has been initiated. That's why it's showing as in progress. Select OK. I'm going to run the payroll by selecting OK. Refresh until the status is successfully completed. Once it's successfully completed, scroll down. Here you have visibility for which pay group you're running the payroll, for which run category, what is the pay cycle type, total number of employees you have initiated. Action reason is blank because this is not for ad hoc. Only ad hoc one we can see the action reason, corrections, adjustments, etc. It's a regular run, that's why it is blank. Payroll waiting results, if anyone is on waiting pay results, 0. What is meant by waiting pay results is, if you hold someone not paying pay for a month, if you hold anyone and the employee pay will be in waiting, so there it will automatically display the worker. Oh no, why it came again? Let's reinitiate. 1 second, please. Initiate the run pay calculation. Select the pay period. Through the pay group, we are running for semi-monthly, professional, corporate. Select the pay period and then select the pay group. Go with smart calc by default. Workday will select. Okay. Refresh. Now, once you scroll down, here you have different statuses. Total number of employees payroll is in progress 54. Awaiting employees 0. Requires recalculation. By any chance, if you assign any payroll input, Workday has the ability to identify requires recalculation here, which means you need to rerun the payroll for those. You remember, right, ma'am? How we went to the worker payroll, pay results, and we recalculate the pay results while testing. Sorry. So do you remember how we did the recalculation for existing employee?
Oh, you just pull up, you can go to the employee and you go to, is it rerun calc? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Mhm.
Pending completion means this step is done. This step is done. Run pay complete is done. Sorry, run pay account is done. Run pay accounting is done, and pay complete is awaiting. And it will display the total number of employees awaiting to complete or initiate the pay complete. Okay. So currently we have not went to the third step, so it will be by default expected 0. And then in error. So no employees out of 54 employees, there is no employee has any errors. All good. On hold. Any guess or any idea what is mean by on hold?
Oh, you've intentionally put someone on hold?
Exactly. Some people might be absconded, could be a disciplinary action, could be employee said he will join and he extended the date. So we are not supposed to process the payroll at that time, correct? We'll skip the employee from the payroll process.
Okay,
Or
yeah.
let's say an employee is going on long leave, sabbatical leave. Okay. So company policy, if any employee going on sabbatical leave, that employee no longer eligible for salary until the employee will come back to this. Do you agree? Sabbatical leave, correct?
Oh, right. And then take them off hold when they come back.
Yes, ma'am. 1 year, 2 years, something like that. In such
Mm.
cases, we can skip the employees from the payroll process. Let me show one example how to place an employee on hold. Since we have pay group here, let me take Austin Jin. Select the Austin Jin, employee into the next pay tab. Go to the worker pay. Here you have pay results. See the current status is in progress, right? Now select worker related actions. I mean pay result related actions, pay calculation, place employee on hold. The date shown will be, you can see all this. So you're going to place this employee on hold, which means you are not processing payroll from here onwards. And then if you can go to the pay group, view pay group, the payroll process, and when you run the payroll again, let me refresh the page. Automatically, you can see that employee will be placed on, employee is placed on hold. Oh, let me recalculate. I'm not seeing any employee on hold. Just calculation criteria. Let me recalculate again. Run pay calculation. Run the payroll. The employee must be in the on hold. See here, one employee on hold. When you select here, you can see the employee name. Austin Chin. So this way, you can place an employee on hold, ma'am. Any questions
Mhm.
about employee on hold?
No.
Okay. Now let me release that employee just for to show you how I saw that edit. So let me release that employee from hold, please. On hold. Okay. Now, once you initiate the payroll first step, this is kind of a simulation. We are still here only. Okay. We're still here only. Once you initiate the run pay calculation, I mean, you initiate the simulation, what happens at the background? So navigate to the process information. Here you can see the list of steps. What happens will be aligned here. Workday will select the pay groups. They'll identify the pay run group, identify the employees, compare with our previous result, validate employees whether active or terminated, fetch the payroll inputs, calculate the results, pair is the results, remove previous results which you compared, launch accounting, etc. etc. So I request you, maybe once you got some time, once you initiate the payroll process, please go through these step details.
The payroll period that they ask you to select in the book, it's not available in the tenant.
No, no, ma'am. As I mentioned, that is for your reference. Please don't go with the, they will say some pay group, parent group. Please don't go with that. You please create your own pay groups, ma'am, for your testing. Okay.
But I mean, I'm sorry, the pay period.
Yeah, that's what I said. Please create your own pay periods. So, okay, what are the
Oh,
values given? Please don't go with that. Steps you can follow whenever they select this pay period, select this pay group. So please select your own details, whatever you have created.
but is there still going to be like time in there to process for people, or if they're hourly or?
You can take a sample. Yeah, weekly employees will be paid as hourly bill. You can take a sample employees either hourly or semi-monthly based on your pay frequency once you create.
Okay.
Yeah. And let me show the same payroll process manually we initiated. And not only that, ma'am. So what is the start date, end date, total time has taken for each step, how many results has been fetched, everything you can track here. And then uh, actually it's a batch process we can say. This we initiated manually. So can we schedule? I'm going on vacation, or I would like to trigger the steps automatically at particular time and date. I don't want to run the payroll. Can Workday will take care automatically? Answer is yes. How? Let's see. Same parent pay calculation, corporate. So go to the task, schedule, run pay. Okay, or else initiate the run pay calculation. The best navigation is pay period. Pay period, pay group. Now scroll down. Here you have a schedule a pay calculation. Select this. Select the pay run pay frequency. We would like to, if it is a weekly payroll, we'll select weekly recurrence on particular date. If it is a monthly payroll, we will select once in a month. Okay, just a second.